Hello friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy. I like to talk about makeup panning, and things in my real life. And I'm a big fan of fantasy. That is why I have an update today for This is Pantasy. And if you're ready to see that, then stay tuned. Alright, this is my update for This is Pantasy. It is a Fantastic Ladies collab group project that was created by the wonderful Allie at Wonder in Alleyland. It is, you can do this monthly or bi-monthly. I have been doing it monthly, I believe. I may have skipped last month. I don't remember. Last month was kind of a blur. I was busy doing a lot of things, and I can't remember what I did and didn't update. So I hope I updated it. It started on October 11th, which is National Mythology Day, and goes until October 11th. This is all about fantasy and mythology. There were 21 prompts last year, and there are 21 new prompts this year, bringing it to a total of 42 prompts altogether. This is a rolling style. I am doing it random roulette. And let's get into what I'm working on and what I can roll out and all that good stuff. So the first product I am working on is for the Prompt Dragon, and that is a large product. And I brought in this Design Essentials Natural Hair Almond and Avocado Leave-In Conditioner. Looks like it's settled a bit since last time. I originally brought this in to use half the bottle. When we brought it in, we were right at the top of the label here. We're only right here. I changed my use to 20 uses, and right now we're at 14. I did use it today. I've only used it once since the last update. Yeah, like I said, it looks like it's settled, so it may be a little bit below that line, but that's just from settling and not being used for a month. So 14 uses. I have 6 more uses to go, and that will roll out for my 20 use goal. It hasn't been used because I have been doing a lot of pet sitting, and therefore I am not taking it with me, and I haven't found a bottle to decant this into to take it with me while I'm traveling, because it's a large product. It's hard. I can't pack it in my suitcase. So it'll get some use before the project is over, I'm sure. Next is for the Prompt Chimera, and that is a Franken product. And I brought in what I had started frankening before. This is my Uranus polish from Space Systems something. Anyway, I had it in for a 5-use goal. I met my 5 uses, called it good and done, and then frankened it with another polish and some clear nail polish, and now it is truly a Franken polish. I've even labeled it such as Franken polish. And it is a completely different color now. It's sort of a bluey purple with lots of glitter in it. Still lots of glitter, but it is thinner now, and some of the glitter around the sides is starting to settle, so I can actually see into the bottle. But that is 5-use goal met, so that is rolling out of the project. Next is for Pegasus, and that is a white product. And for that, I brought in my NYX HD finishing powder. My goal is to finish it. I did start with a pan, and this is what it is looking like now. I will put up a picture of what it looked like last month, and hopefully the pan has expanded. I think it's expanded a little bit, but not a lot. I might be getting to the point where I have to try repressing it. But I think I'm still getting plenty of powder by just swirling my brush around the edges, so we'll see how much longer that will take me to finish. There's probably a very bold move trying to finish this powder in this project, but you know what? We're going to try it. So see if I can finish a powder in a year. Hopefully we can do that. Since the last update, I have used it 8 times that I've marked. May or may not be true. I did not wear makeup every day. I wore makeup actually quite a bit less than normal, so that's probably true. So in total, I didn't tally this, so let me figure out how many uses. Okay, it looks like I've used it 65 times in this project. So yeah, and again, this is where we're at now, and I will also insert a picture of where it started. So hopefully that will be done. All right, moving on. The next prompt is for Fairy, a plant or nature themed product. I brought in my Alva palette from Odin's Eye. It has a little fairy on it, or pixie. I randomly selected the shade Cosmos, which is this bottom shade here. And I can give you a swatch of it. It is very glittery. I am wearing it today on the outer corner of my look, and there is it. It has a orange copper base, and then there are gold glitters in it, which tend to get all over my face. So yeah, my goal was to use it 7 times. As of the last update, I'd used it 5, and over the last month I have used it 2 more times. So I have met my goal on this, and it is rolling out of the project. Yay! I really am not a fan of that shadow. I don't mind the copper base color, but the glitters that just appear randomly and get all over the place, just not my favorite formula. So that is one I would not recommend. But the palette as a whole, I'm okay with. Alright, moving on. The next prompt I have is for Bigfoot. Excuse me. And that is something that was made in the USA. For that, I brought in Ulta lipstick. This is shade 315. Party Crasher. I am wearing it today. And that is what it looks like. I will give you a swatch of it. It is a very pretty plummy pink. And my goal is to use it 18 times. As of the last update, I used it 6. And over the last month, I have used it 7 more times. So that brings us up to 13 uses. I have 5 more uses to go. I really enjoy that shade. And it's really strange. When I started working on it, it had more of a stronger crayon smell, and now it's less. So I'm not sure, but it is something I would like to try and use up more faster because it does have that slightly going off smell. But who knows? I mean, maybe it's fine. I have no problem with it. All right, moving on. The next is for Loch Ness. And that is a product with embossed packaging, or product with embossing. For that, I brought in my the blush from Essence. This is in the shade Believing. That is also a beautiful plummy pink color that goes really nicely with that lipstick. And my goal is to use this 10 times. Sorry, my brain is going all over the place. My goal is to use it 10 times, and over the last month, I have only used it 3. I brought this in last month. So I did update last month because it says so. I am a little distracted and upset that this hinge seems to be smashed. And I don't think I've dropped it, but I could have. But it hasn't broken yet. So it just seems like it's all shattered in there. Anyway, I have 7 more uses to go on this. And I've been wearing a lot of warmer looks lately, so that's why this hasn't got as much use. Alright, then for Skyla, I believe I looked it up and that's how it's pronounced. SCLLA. That is a product to use, two products to use 12 times. Use one product 12 times and another product 6 times. It had to do with some sort of Franken mismatch creature that had like 12 heads and 12 snakes and 6 heads or something. Really weird. Anyway, bring in 2 items, one to use 12 times and one to use 6. So I brought in my Milani Screen Queen foundation, which is actually become a Franken foundation because it is in cool porcelain, and I have warmed it up a little bit with a darker foundation from Yensa. Anyway, my goal is to use this 12 times. I have used it 12 times over the last month. And I brought in with that, was something I use with it all the time, is my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. If you've been on my channel for a while, you remember beginning of last year I brought this in and started working on it and had barely used it. Now I've used it so much and I am going to declutter it, but my goal was to use it 6 times, and I did use it 6 times, so that is a goal met. And I have used quite a bit of it. I'm going to declutter it because lately I feel like when I wear it, I've been breaking out around my nose and mouth area, and that's primarily where I apply it, so I feel like this may have gone off. And I just don't think it does anything particularly well for me. So anyway, that was my ring hitting the back of the package, in case you were wondering. So yeah, I'm decluttering that, but I did meet my goal of using it 6 times along with the 12 uses on the foundation. So those are both rolling out. And then finally, the last product is for Cyclops, and that was a single shadow. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. Alright, and for Cyclops, that is a single shadow. And I decided to bring in a single from Natasha Denona. Don't know what shade it is or what palette it's from. It is this dark brown. It's a cool brown. I will give you a swatch of it. It is right there. It is very lovely. I've been using it as an eyebrow powder, and it is quite nice. It is a nice dark color and cool toned brown that matches with my complexion very nicely. My goal was to use it 10 times, and I have used it at least 10 times. I think I've used it 11 or 12 times. So that is another goal met and rolling out. So we are rolling out the shadow from Natasha Denona, which is in this palette. We are rolling out the foundation and primer. We are rolling out the Alva eyeshadow. So we're rolling out 1, 2, 3, 4 products, because also the polish. So 4 prompts rolling out, and for staying in, yes, the leave-in conditioner, the lipstick, the powder, and the blush. Okay, getting myself situated. So we need to roll in 4 new prompts. I have Spin the Wheel app on my phone, and I have put in all the prompts that are remaining from Pantasy, and we're just going to spin and see what we get. First one is going to be Caucus. Okay, actually, let me pull up the list so I can tell you the descriptions while I get these. Okay, first one I rolled is Caucus, and that is a fire-breathing giant and son of Vulcan, killed by Hercules. He lived in a cave, living on human flesh, and would nail the heads of victims to the doors of his dwelling. Lovely. It is a fire-related product. Okay, next up we have... I forgot to take Caucus off, so we might get it again. Hydra. All right. And Hydra is a many-headed serpent or monster with heads that grow back when you cut them off. And I believe for every head you cut, 1 head you cut off, 2 heads grow in its place. Therefore, it becomes much more challenging. And it is a product that you keep panning and panning, but never finish. Okay, I'll have to think about that one. because I have some things, but they're already in projects. So, okay. One more. Goblin. Didn't we get Goblin already? No. Oh, okay. Write that down. Alright, and Goblin is right above Hydra, and that is a monstrous creature believed to be evil, greedy, or mischievous, bringing nothing but trouble to humans. And that is a product that gives you trouble. Alright. Metro Transit alert, go away. And my last prompt we are bringing in is for Manticore. Alright. Manticore is a legendary animal having the head of a man, normally with horns, the body of a lion, and the tail of a dragon or scorpion. Chimera, related to the, it's a chimera? Related to the Sphinx, often feared as being violent and feral, depicted throughout the Renaissance periods in many forms of art. And that is a product you consider a work of art. Okay, let me think about these prompts and pull products for them, and I will be right back. Okay, I think I have things, and it took me a little while to figure things out, but I think I have some products. Now let's talk about them and set some goals. So the first one is for Caucus, a fire-related item. I am bringing in this nail polish. Let's see if I can give it a shake. It is this dark burgundy red metallic. It is called Mercury Rising. Mercury is a red hot planet, and this is a red item, so I'm bringing this in for 3 uses because I should be able to get through that and no problem. And I don't have any nail polishes currently in projects besides the ones in my project polish. So 3 uses on that. That should be good. I'm just checking to make sure that it's not dried up. I don't think it is. No, it's fine. So yeah, 3 uses on Mercury Rising. That is from Sinful Colors. The bottle is so dark I can't tell, but it is from Sinful Colors. Mercury Rising for 3 uses. Next is for Hydra, and that is something you keep panning and panning and pinning but don't finish. I am bringing in, realize all the writing has worn off. This is my highlighter from Real Her. This is a Confidence in My Glow is the highlighter. And I got this from Ipsy a long time ago. It has a great big pan in it, and I keep working on it, but it is still going. I am going to bring this in for, let's be bold and say 30 uses, because I don't have another highlighter that I'm working on in any projects currently that I'm aware of, at least at this time. So 30 uses should not be a problem. I will give you a swatch of it. It is a very pretty pinky champagne color, and that is, you can't even see it. There it is. Very subtle sheen highlighter. Matches my skin tone quite nicely. So that is coming in for 30 uses. Then we had Goblin, something that gives you trouble. I'm probably thinking of when I had this last year. But I am bringing in a concealer. This is a concealer I got from Ipsy. It is the Purely's Perfect Glow BB Concealer. And what shade is this in? I can never find these things. Fair, because I am fair. I am bringing this in for 10 uses. I have used it a few times. I find it's a bit dry, and I'm not particularly fond of it so far. But I find it's a bit dry. It seems to crease and be a little bit cakey. I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it 10 uses to see if it really is as bad as all that or not. I am not wearing it today. I very rarely use it. So yeah, we're going to bring that in for 10 uses to see if I actually enjoy it or not. It's kind of hard to deal with. And finally, the last prompt is for Manticore, something you consider a work of art. And this one is really hard because I couldn't think of anything that I consider a work of art. But I brought in this guy here. This is a lipstick from Lipstick Queen, and it has this beautiful packaging that is very work of art-esque. Let's see if we line up the pattern like so. There we go. Yeah, this is in the shade Crazed Grayish. It is just a pinky color, like so. On me, it is pretty close to my natural lip color, but it is a lovely shade, and I am bringing it in for 10 uses. And yeah, that is everything. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell while you're there. It is free to subscribe, so why not do it, you know? And you can always unsubscribe if you don't like my content. But anyway, until my next video, take care of yourselves, stay true to you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!